Hello everyone, this is Aman here from Flowscale, and in this video I'm going to be talking about IC Light, something that has recently just come up in uh, and sort of is taking a lot of people by surprise, because something now is possible which was not really possible with Stable Diffusion, which is to be able to adjust light in a fashion that is very realistic. Now, let's dig deep into that in this video. But before that, uh, if you want to reach me out, you can find me on Twitter with at nerdycap007, and I usually post about Comfy and how to work around Comfy, optimizations on Comfy, and a lot of interesting stuff. So let's get into it. So, ComfyUI has this new, even before we lap into ComfyUI, let's talk about IC Light first. So what is IC Light? IC Light is a project to manipulate the illuminations of image. You can illuminate an image in different fashion, and not only that, it allows you to sort of add backgrounds and do stuff with by fixing a foreground. It allows you to add background and do a lot of stuff over there. So to just give you an example, like let's say this is an input image. You It automatically takes the foreground out, and based on the prompt that you provided and the directional light that you have provided, you can generate this sort of image. Now we'll experiment more with it. Right now it has been launched on both on Hugging Face and also on GitHub. There are three models over here. This one, the FC ICLight underscore SD15 underscore FC dot safe tensors, is the one which is the best performing model. So we will use that across. But let's go through their Hugging Face space. Let's try this out before we move on to ComfyUI. So let me pick an image. Whom shall we try? Let's try Jason Momoa. I have an image of Jason Momoa here. Let's try Right Light. Okay, so they also have a few uh, options to select out of here, which you can use as an example. But let's see. I want to try something on my own though. Um, Man standing on a beach. Soft sunlight. I've put Right Light. Let's try to relight this. Very interesting. Now, if you take a look, the light is so natural, as if it's an image which was shot on a beach. But there are a few like drawbacks to this process. If you see, like, the distortions are happening a little bit on the face, and it's changing the details to some level. Although I mean, real big kudos to the way they are still maintaining the details. Probably, I'm guessing there's a good um, sort of effort gone into just retaining the details. Now this, look at this, the hair and everything is so natural here. The only now Right now these details maybe are changing a little bit, but I'm pretty much sure in the later versions of IC Light, we are going to be seeing like really amazing progress there. So let's try a few more things. Man standing in a living room. Soft sunlight through the windows, coming through the windows. Let's put left light this time. Let's try. Oof, nice. But you can see the details of the clothing are changing. Like more than the details, the coloring of the clothing are changing. So as I already said, like it's retaining things to a good level, but still there is a lot of improvement that needs to happen in terms of retaining the identity to its fullest. They also like have a bunch of examples you can try out here, where they also have the seed and everything here. But so these I generally, when I try out any new space or any new model that gets launched, I don't try their generic test data, because it's their best performing data. You already know that, right? So it's better to try out on your own inputs and see the how exactly is the model performing. So I think that's pretty much it. There are a few more options, advanced options here. You can move around the steps, more steps. Let's maybe try with um, 30, 35 maybe. Let's try with 35. I don't usually go above 30 because 30 is like enough for the number of steps usually for me. But let's see. I'm just trying to see if we can retain these details which I'm talking about. If we increase the steps, maybe it retains it more. Who knows? But see, working with stable diffusion or any thing like that is like shooting an arrow in the dark. But as you can see, like it's again not retaining um, the clothing. But clothing not being retained can be fixed a little bit to a good certain level. So if I go here and let me pull this image out. Man standing in a living room. Okay, let's go through the same one actually. Let me relight this dude. Oh my god. Okay, this is another issue here as well. Like it's darkening the person, the foreground a lot. I don't know how to fix that here. Okay, but now if you see the image, the t-shirt is getting a little whitish over here. Let's try adding that. Actually, yellow shirt and black pants. Let's try adding that. There you go. So as you can see, right, you can do a lot of stuff. Like you can do if there's a major use case of this in fashion industry. I mean, the output right now which you're seeing, I'm pretty much sure they are using an SD 1.5 model. At this point, I guess I can just tell from seeing the outputs. But uh, and also we are also using SD 1.5 in the ComfyUI workflows that I'm going to be showing you right after this. But the the output here is good. It is retaining the details, the texture and the structure of the clothing and the person, uh, as if it would happen like if you are using canny edge detector to a very good level. This something like this you would see, but it's still changing the details a little bit. I'm pretty much sure that will also improve, as I already said. But you see, right, to a good level, you can solve these issues by specifying the color of the shirt, pant, and specific details. But yeah, there's a chance you will hit a roadblock when it's like any sort of complex clothing. That's where you will hit a roadblock here. Okay, so let's see how we can use this in our comfy workflows. What can we do here? So to move on to the comfy side, I want to show you the Comfy node that we're going to be using. It's ComfyUI IC Lite, and it is like pretty new, 3 4 days ago, or probably last week. People have been working on this, very new. So, and they also have specified some of the example workflows require the very latest features in KJ nodes. So if you try out their example workflows, probably just have KJ nodes. I also have installed KJ nodes. It is mostly used for this lighting setup. I'll show you that. um, yeah, so let's dig deep into this. I've already set up a workflow which I'll attach in the description of this video. You can go through that, and let's try to see what we can achieve here. So just to explain the workflow, this is the input image which I am taking in, and first of all, I'm using image rembg for removing the background and just isolating the foreground. And uh, after that, that image is being resized while also keeping proportions, which is very important. If you lose the proportion, it'll be, well, you'll lose the proportion. So after that, this aspect resize mask is coming from the mask area of this. I'll show you how exactly am I using this. And then the output from this, the mask that is being created, is going into grow mask with blur. These two nodes are from KJ nodes, and then we are converting the mask to image just to showcase here. And to showcase here, and also we are putting that in VAEN code here, which is eventually going into a K sampler. Now, apart from that, we are also using, as a base model, we are using Epic Realism SD 1.5 model, which is this model, the one which has been there for a while now, and that I'm connecting to the load and apply IC Lite node, in which we are loading the SD15 FC. You can download this, and also there is IC Lite conditioning. You can download these models in custom nodes right out of Comfy. So if you open Comfy and let me check out, see IC Lite. If you just search IC-Lite, you can find out this node ComfyUI IC Lite, and you can directly install this. And if you want to install the models, you can go and search IC Lite, and you'll find all the three models. All three models have different purposes, but I generally am using the one which has FC, because it's written on their GitHub page that that's the one which is the most best performing model out of their different options. So the multiplier, I'm not very sure what exactly does it do, but what I found is like around 0.2, 0.183 or whatever. At that number, it's working decently fine. There are some negative embeddings and negative prompts that I've given here, and also some positive prompts which I've connected here. And eventually the K sampler throws an output, VA decode happens, and you see the output here. Okay, now let's try running with this. Also, one more thing which you won't find in the Hugging Face Space demo is that I have also introduced a IP adapter here. So that is a good thing that we can do. Like that's the good thing about ComfyUI. You have a lot of freedom in ComfyUI. You can do a lot of stuff. So right now, what I'm doing here is I have introduced uh, IP adapter for giving a reference image for the background, right? So I'm doing something like that. Now, this is not the traditional way to do the background based relighting on IC Lite. There is a separate way to properly overlay something on a background But the problem in this is it just puts the person, the foreground, on this it takes this as a background and this takes this as a foreground and just puts it on top of this, right? So I mean, that is doable, but eventually it will look quite fake, to be very honest. So but the good thing is, this is, if you really look at it, this is like in painting on steroids. Because in painting so far has been only uh, this is not particularly in painting. This is more like cutting and pasting by mask or so. In the previous uh, um, iterations, if you did something, you would be doing cutting and pasting by mask. But right now, you can do it with the lighting and everything in place. This is so awesome. Otherwise, what usually used to happen is you cut by mask and paste this dude here, and then you run a K sampler on top of the final output, image, to with a very less denoising strength, to make it as if it's blending in. Now, what makes things blend in? Only lighting, right? So that got fixed, so you don't have to run a separate sampling step, right? So there is a separate way to do this background conditioning and everything, but the way we are doing is quite different. We are just introducing a IP adapter, because I just want to give a reference image. I don't want to do a proper background uh, sort of setting. Okay, now let's run this. Enough talking. Let's run this. Let's see how we can add some lighting on this person. So let's say I want right side, left side lighting. Okay, let me put this, and yep, and I'll save this. Okay, uh, photo of a man in a living room. Let me add. See, without yellow, there was no yellow shirt, so you see, right? It was changing the color. Yellow shirt, black pants, black pants. Let's see. So you can see the mask is generated through the KG nodes. This node, grow mask by with blur resize mask, through this. And voila, there you go. So now you can see, right, this background image is coming from sort of this. That you can also try with without this, of course. Let me try to put this person in a, let me bypass this node for now. Let me try to put this person in a garden or something. A man in a garden. Yeah. Yep. Beautiful. It's looking very good, although the color again is changing, but it's coming out really well, actually. If I were to just look at it from a beauty perspective, it's coming out really well. Okay, so that is IC Light for you guys, and you can also I'll share this workflow in the chat, in the in the description of this video. You can go ahead, run this workflow on your end. The best way to run any workflow is to just load that workflow, use manager to install comfy manager to install your missing nodes and models, and just experiment further. So thanks again, guys. Do not forget to subscribe to Flowscale. We are posting different new innovations that are happening in this space, and how it can benefit different people. So just tune in, and more interesting stuff coming along the lines. Thanks, guys.